store, and we went to Walmart, bought crap, and we went to the antique stores and went junk shopping. Hey, we're live. Welcome, everybody. It's Monday night. Welcome to MCU Mondays. We're glad you joined us. Let's talk about some MCU. I am your host, David. With me, as always, is my co-host, Debbie. Debbie, how are you this evening?
I don't want to go back to work tomorrow.
I don't either.
Tomorrow's high. The high.
I don't even want to hear it.
2.
Yeah, our high is like 30-something. So,
and that doesn't even include windshields. So, I mean, today, I don't know what it was today, but it was when you walked outside and that wind hit. Yeah. Oh my God. Woo! So,
took your breath away. It was like,
yeah, I had to take the garbage out and I was not amused. I was just like, holy crap. Oh, hey, Stephanie.
Wow. Look at that. First comment.
Wow. And on a Marvel.
Yeah.
That's peculiar.
Very weird. Well, you may notice we are without Andrew again tonight.
He's grounded.
He either is grounded, his mom has a Fortnite tournament happening tonight, or
he didn't do his homework.
He didn't do his homework and he didn't watch the episode, and whatever. Is what it is. But since he's not here and he doesn't get to play, we're going to watch the Daredevil. The Daredevil Born Again trailer was dropped
last week.
Yeah, it was last week. So we're going to watch the Born Again trailer. And I actually I found some stuff within this trailer. I caught
some little Easter eggs. Are we talking Easter eggs?
We could talk few little Easter eggs within the trailer.
Okay.
So let's watch the. I'm gonna watch this thing, and then we'll see where it goes from there. So let's take a peek. Oh, that's not good. You played a minute ago. What happened? Oh, this isn't. Hang on a minute. I gotta find it.
Either that, or I can bring it up on mine.
I had it. I mean, I've got it downloaded and cut together. And whoa, hello. All right, hang on. Let's try again. There we go.
No sound.
No sound? Oh, Lord. Hang on a second. Hang on a second.
Ew, it's like 6 degrees here right now.
That's disgusting.
I know. I was going to look to see what the wind chill was.
All right. Let's try this one more again.
-3. Nice.
Tell me if there's sound this time.
Yeah.
Bueno.
Thank you for finding the time. Well, I will admit, it's not entirely unpleasant seeing you again.
He's so good. Love him to death.
A lot of time has passed. By the look of it, you've come up in the world.
I could say the same about you.
The mayor serves his city. I can see you're not entirely convinced.
Can you blame me? I can't shake the feeling that you're gaming the system.
Why did you stop being a vigilante?
The line was crossed.
It's hard to come to terms with a violent nature. Hating the power it has over us.
This city can't go unchecked.
Sometimes peace needs to be broken. Chaos must reign.
Mind putting the hatchet down? I was raised to believe in grace. But I was also raised to believe in retribution.
I'm loving the music for this because it's the Daredevil theme, but on that organ. It's awesome. So, few things about this one. I'm going to let it play here. I'm going to keep it muted though. One of the things that we look at here, and they draw special attention to, when he puts right here, he's got a wedding ring on. So we're going to assume that Vanessa is back in the picture and that he has been married at this point.
Well, yeah, she shows up later on.
Right. Let me think. There was so later on we get a look at the villain, the main villain. And it looks like it's going to be I looked up his name, Muse. Muse should be the main villain. Big thing about him is he kills his victims and paints murals with their blood. Hence, he's I don't know, weirdo. Whatever. Get to this other part here. We get Foggy and Karen back in. Now, I was watching something on this, and they said that Foggy and Karen initially weren't going to be in this, but that didn't test well with test audiences.
Yeah, in the original version that they did, they were not in it.
Which I would have said no to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here. Oh, go back. Hang on. I want to pause right here at Times Square because this one's like chock full of Easter eggs right here. No. Okay. Easter eggs. Oh, you can't see it. Okay. So first things first, over here on the left, you've got Rogers the musical. That's kind of
it's still playing.
It's like the running gag. We also see Happy New Year up here. Now, this Happy New Year, if you look right above it, it's the advertising company is Pim Van Dyne.
Mm-hmm.
Is one. Over here next to Rogers the musical, you have an ad for what did they call it? Pingo do Cola. Pingo do Cola. Now, if you don't know what Pingo do Cola is, that's the same stuff that Stan Lee drank in the Incredible Hulk movie, the first Incredible Hulk movie. It was also in, I didn't know this, but I had to go back and look, but it was also in Deadpool and Wolverine too. It was what was under or it was holding the Secret Wars comic book down. And then let's see. Oh, and then obviously I don't know if you can see it very well, but you've got the ticker tape over here, and Mayor-elect, he's called Mayor-elect Fisk. So obviously the link from Echo, the end credit scene from Echo where he was talking about the mayor running for the mayor. One of the other things that was mentioned here is, so you've got this conversation between him and Fisk. Okay. Now, in the comic books, one of the things Fisk did was he did run for mayor apparently, and one of the things that he did was make vigilantes illegal. So it looks like they may be going for that kind of storyline, or that storyline. We know how Marvel is about, what do you call it? They'll take an idea from the comic books and they'll just kind of make their own story out of it. They won't make the exact comic book out of it, which is good. But he also says, why did you stop being a vigilante? And he says a line was crossed. I love this fade, by the way. Oh, this right here, the train. There's a lot of people looking at this train going, oh, Spider-Man 2. That's the train from Spider-Man 2. There's a lot of trains like that in New York. Okay, fine.
It's nothing special.
It's nothing special. A nod, maybe. Fine, whatever. But anyway, there is speculation where he says, I think it's right here where he says, why'd you stop being a vigilante? And he says a line was crossed. Now, some of the theories that I've been reading, because Bullseye is listed in the cast, and some of the theories are that early on in this series, he is going to kill Bullseye, and that violates his code. And because that line was crossed, he no longer considers himself safe to play Daredevil, I guess. That's just a theory. How much truth there is to that, I don't know, but we'll see. White Tiger obviously was in here. Frank is back. See the fact that it's missing one of his horns, and it looks like it's been sliced off. That could have been Bullseye throwing something at him and cut the horn off.
And you can see a crime scene.
And there's a crime scene below. So obviously, I'm seeing a scene where he has killed Bullseye. He's dealing with the anguish of all of that and dramatically drops his helmet to symbolize, I'm giving up on being Daredevil. Love D'Onofrio. Cool little fight scene. Frank's back again, of course. And Matt getting the crap kicked out of him, which he does a lot. See, there was Bullseye there. The devil's work is never done.
I love that tagline.
Is this it's not a
I think that's his new love interest.
Yeah. That was a pretty good shot of Muse. It took me a minute because he said Frank, and I was like, that's not Frank. Oh, he's got a beard. Yeah, it is Frank. It's the nose. The nose was a dead giveaway. There's White Tiger. Apparently, there have been several iterations of White Tiger. So, watching these fight clips, it looks like it's going to be a nice hard R rating. You had where they were breaking the guy's arm, smashing his face in the glass. That high kick from. Oh, this. Okay. Oh, I'll go back. This was a big thing too. The masks. So the masks, from what I understand, you've got the two red ones which appeared in the first 2 seasons of Daredevil. You've got the gold one from She-Hulk. You've got the black one, which was it was from a run of the comics. I can't remember which one. But the silver one too was like from an up-armored, bulletproof kind of Daredevil uniform that he had, again, from the comics. So these were all different variations of the Daredevil costume that have appeared throughout the comics. So that got everybody all excited. And here he's beating up Muse, which again looks just brutal. It's gonna be awesome. Love the music, the organ that's playing the Daredevil theme. Anyway, so that's it. There you go. That's what we got. I'm excited.
I'm very excited for it. It looks brutal. It looks gritty. It looks like the Netflix version, which I hope it keeps with that theme.
Oh, go ahead.
I did hear a nasty little rumor, and I swear to God, if it's true, I'm going to be so pissed. But rumor that's been going around is either Karen or Foggy will be killed.
You're gonna get pissed if Karen gets killed?
I'll be damn pissed if Foggy gets killed. Karen, depends on how she's like this season. But definitely if Foggy,
yes. Karen, not so much.
Yeah, if Foggy bites it, I'm going to be so upset, especially if it's early on. Because Alden looks good in that little clip. He looks so good, and I'm so excited to see him back.
So I'm definitely looking forward to it. And as far as the R rating, you're glad to see that they were keeping that. And honestly, with the addition of Deadpool to the MCU now, and they've made the Deadpool and Wolverine movie, which kind of threw him into the MCU, and it's rated R and lots of filthy, vulgar language and blood and guts and everything else. It's like, yeah, you got to expect it. You can't. It's not you got to expect it like all across the boards, but for some of these harder, grittier characters, yes, you kind of got to expect it. So.
Yeah, I know a lot of when this was announced a few years back, a lot of people were worried that, it was going to get Disney-fied.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, look at all the crap they got away with with Deadpool and Wolverine.
Hang on.
I don't think they'll have an issue with being.
Oh, go ahead. Good.
Being gritty and brutal with Daredevil.
Yeah. I just hope there's no mention of She-Hulk. That would upset me, but whatever. Well, speaking of Daredevil, let's talk about the devil you know, shall we?
This was a great episode.
An awesome episode. Another awesome episode. Debbie, it's real funny because I seem to remember you saying, I don't think I liked this season so much because it was just Matt sitting around the church and brooding and moping. But the last 2 episodes have been really, really good.
Yeah. Maybe I just remembered the church part because it just seemed like I got drug out for me and I was over it. I'm like, oh my God, get out of the church.
He's like 3 or 4 episodes where he's stuck in the church.
Yeah. So this episode was really good. There was lots of tension. And what cracked me up is that he goes to Karen to ask for help, but yet it was like, what, 1 or 2 episodes ago, he went to Foggy and he said, you guys need to stay away.
Yeah.
Like, okay, about turn around.
I was going to say, that's like telling somebody telling these 2 to stay away is about like, that's just saying, go do it because.
Yeah, it has the opposite effect.
Yeah.
It's like when you tell a toddler, don't touch that. It's hot. It'll burn you. Yeah. Exactly.
Let them touch it. Let them burn themselves and they'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, starts off with Karen. I want to talk about Karen for a minute because she woke up. She woke up from her sleep. It looked like she'd been hit by a train.
I think she's just hungover.
I think she was hungover too. But again, it looked like she'd been
Tequila.
she was just like, ugh. She's talking with Foggy mainly because she just revealed to Foggy that I can't even remember the guy's name.
Wesley.
Wesley. She murdered Wesley back in season 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
A long time ago.
Yeah, he was Fisk's right-hand man. The go-to guy.
Yeah. The fixer. The fixer of things. So anyway, he starts questioning her, and she's like, "Look, I just want to talk about this. Can you talk to me as a friend and not a client?"
Biscardi.
Is he on?
Yes.
Oh, I don't. Oh, there it is. Shut up, Wesley. You would have to make a Trek reference, wouldn't you, there, Biscardi?
I'm gonna say, if y'all don't realize that's a Next Generation quote.
I got it.
Well, I just meant the audience. It's a Picard telling Wesley Crusher to shut up.
Because although I'm a huge Star Wars fan and not that much of a Star Trek fan, I do enjoy The Next Generation. I thought that series was amazing. And I do watch it.
Huge Star Trek fan.
I do watch it front to back every once in a while. So I do binge it every once in a while. So not every year. I'm sorry, but every once in a while I'll get a hair up my butt and say, I really want to watch that again.
I usually go through TNG every couple of years. I'll do a whole run through.
Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, Matt asks her for help. He tells her that the guy that shanked Fisk is not dead. He's not.
Yes.
He's not in the hole. You know, everybody's been told, well, he's been put in the hole, and no, he's out and he's free. And if you can get him to testify, then everybody will see that Fisk is playing the FBI, blah, 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 blah. By the way, I got pissed off at Matt again in this episode, like horribly. I'm like, you're an idiot. Do you realize that? You went to law school, right? You've got a degree. You've got an advanced degree. You've got further education. And you're an idiot. You're a moron. Can't believe you.
What do you do to piss you off?
Okay. I'll jump ahead. Toward the end of the episode, Matt is going to turn himself into the FBI. He's going to turn himself into the FBI because the FBI is chasing him, because the FBI is like, oh, well, this guy worked for Fisk, you know, blah, 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 blah. Now, Matt gets in the line of Bullseye dressed as Daredevil. He's in the newspaper room. He's killing everyone and almost kills Foggy. And Matt stops him. They have this amazing fight, which I'll get into later. But at the end, Matt he had something jammed in his leg. He had scissors jammed in his shoulder, and he had a bookshelf on top of him. I think it was a bookshelf. He had something on top of him.
Mm-hmm.
And what did that idiot do? He got up. Do you know what? If he would have stayed right there on the floor, the FBI would have come in. They would have seen the dead witness, and they would have been like, oh my gosh, you're absolutely right. This guy was the guy that killed Fisk, and something's not right here. Oh, look, here's Matt Murdock. He's laying on the floor. He's been injured too. All he had to do was rip off his mask and lay there and let the FBI find him. and he's injured too. Something's going on here. Obviously, Matt is not who. Now, granted, Daredevil probably would have been blamed for all of that for a long time until everything was completely cleared up.
Right.
But you know what?
It would have taken the heat off of Matt and off of Karen and Foggy.
Exactly. And instead, what does Matt do? Oh, he runs away. Not only does he run away, he leaves a blood trail for them to follow. It's like, Matt, you're an idiot. Just stay there. Stay put. Let these guys figure it. You've got the world against you. Don't leave them an opening to keep them against you. Lay there on the floor, and
it would have been perfect if he would have just stayed there, because the FBI had just run into Daredevil in the stairway. He can't be in two places at once.
Well, they had just seen him. They had just seen Daredevil. Everybody that was in that office, not all of them were dead. I love the way, by the way, that Bullseye, after he kills everybody, he says, "Hi, Karen, it's nice to see you again." Kind of, because he knew that camera was rolling. That was the thing. He knew that the camera was rolling. And if he said that, that would just cement him as Daredevil. It's good to see you again, Karen. So that was just something I'm not going to kill Karen because Daredevil and Karen have this relationship, and it's good to see you again, and blah, 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 blah. And because I didn't kill you, now everybody knows that I'm Daredevil. That was just cementing the lie. So thought it was great. But anyway, all that was brought about because Dex is being investigated. I cannot for the life of me remember why exactly is he getting investigated? Is it because he shot those guys? Did he shoot a couple of them in the back? Was that what it was?
Well, the newspaper said, because they showed a newspaper, and I guess I should have paused it, but I didn't see what it said exactly.
Well, they're investigating him
about something was leaked.
Okay, because they're investigating him about the shooting. The shooting that happened when Fisk was transported. And by the way, Fisk now is living in the lap of luxury. He's had all of his posh furniture moved up to his apartment or to his hotel. He has new suits. He is having his I love this because he's an inmate, and the cops still bring him his food, but they bring him his food covered in a tray. He is being served. He has butlers serving him in the FBI. That's basically a middle finger to the FBI saying, "You guys are taking care of me.
Right.
I own you." You know.
Well, I'm pretty sure, because this is the only way Fisk can manipulate Dex, is by leaking that information to the papers, have him get investigated, and then that just throws Dex into a spiral because now he's lost his the strictness of his routine, a disciplined routine. So that's just thrown out the door. So I'm pretty sure Fisk arranged that to happen, because that was the only way Dex was going to spiral. I mean, he started with the girlfriend that didn't go to, or
it was
not his girlfriend.
It was so the lady he was stalking, apparently Fisk gave her the job, and he got mad at Fisk for you follow me around, you think you know me, and in the meantime we've seen Fisk like going through this file box,
his files, his therapy tests, or sessions,
notes,
therapy sessions.
The notes and everything. And
Fisk
knows him, and
he's not going to let you know he knows who.
Exactly. But it was just it was all kinds of it sent him over the edge, and especially because now it's they put him on leave because of this investigation of things that have happened We're not exactly for 100% sure, but then Fisk calls him from his cell phone, by the way, which he has in his house arrest. Which, come on, seriously, you didn't see that because he's got everything else. Why wouldn't he have a cell phone? That just makes perfect sense. But and Fisk offers him a way out, and you don't know what it is. Then the driver shows up to the door, and then Daredevil attacks the newspaper, which we all see as, oh, of course, that's Dex. He's attacking the newspaper as Daredevil to throw people off, and then Matt shows up as Daredevil in his suit pants with a. He looks awful. He did. I mean, he did his best. He's got a black like turtleneck and a hat that he pulled down over his eyes. And let me tell you, this I'd always wondered. I mean, Bullseye to me, I mean that's like Daredevil's arch rival. You know, you've kind of got to expect that he would have shown up in a show about Daredevil. That's like saying a Batman show that doesn't have the Joker in it, you know, or a Superman show without Lex Luthor. You know, Daredevil is Bullseye. That's his main nemesis, right? And I love the way that they did this. I mean, Matt got on him and started beating the holy living bejesus out of him. I mean, just beating him. But then here's where Bullseye makes such a good villain for Daredevil, because he got away from him. And now that there's distance between him, he can start throwing things at him. You know, Bullseye is very much a distance fighter, whereas Matt is very much a melee fighter. And
now, my question is,
he could keep him at a distance, then he's fine.
But if he's hiding behind, if Matt is hiding behind a wall, how does Dex know where he's at in order to do the boomerang, trick shot?
Don't ask too many questions.
Well, I'm just like, does he have like?
I don't know.
Special vision in his mask, or
it's possible. I mean, sure.
I didn't know if they explained that in the comics, or he just knows.
He just knows.
I just figured he'd have to see the person in order to figure out the angles and everything to.
Well, and the thing that I like about it too is that, and this is my mind thinking. And this is me thinking fourth dimensionally, to steal a phrase from Back to the Future. You know, he threw that thing at Foggy, and Matt just reached out and caught it, because my thought is, okay, well, Matt heard that coming, and that's what it is. But when he's throwing that stuff and he's bouncing it off walls and bouncing it off the floor, he threw that one thing and bounced it off the floor. That's throwing Matt off, because that's hitting the floor, and Matt's like, oh crap, he missed. What is that? And then bam, it hits Matt. You know, that's the sound is, he's throwing it. Matt's like, okay, I'm fine. That's hitting the floor down here. And all of a sudden, oh my gosh, he bounced it off the floor and it hit me. You know, it's that. I love that. That's the complexity of all of that just is makes me think, okay, this is why he's such a great villain for Daredevil. Matt can't see what's coming at him, and he's using sounds and different types of things to throw him off. So,
and at the speed that he does it, I mean, he was whipping things off of everything you could think of off the desk and just whipping it around, just one right after the other.
At one point,
I was like, "What the hell?"
Hey, whatever you can
pencils,
find.
Scissors, cups. I mean, whatever he could get his hands on, he was throwing it at an unreal speed.
Well, and it reminds me too of, do you remember in and I'm gonna throw back to the Affleck movie, which I know people don't care for, but that's their tough duties. When Bullseye was on the plane and he was flying in, and that lady was yakking at him, and he took the peanut and he went, and it bounced all over the place, and then got wedged in her throat, and it was like, all right.
I like the movie.
I thought it was fun. I thought it was good. I thought Michael Clark Duncan did an amazing Kingpin.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I just didn't like I like Colin Farrell, but I did not like that bullseye. I don't know. It was just weird.
Yeah. I thought
Where this bullseye is very calculated, and he's had all kinds of
and psychotic.
Yes, and he's had military training and all this other stuff, FBI training, and
in this one too, I mean, he really gets into him because he's got that other voice in his head now. I guess that's his therapist, right? That's saying, telling him all that other stuff about, you need to find
your North Star.
Yeah, find something to follow, blah 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 blah. So he's got all these things messing in his mind, and then all of a sudden here comes Fisk. You need to find another North Star to follow. And here's Fisk, and he's like, I'm here and I'm willing to offer you a way out, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a beautiful harmony. But then again, like I said, you get this amazing fight between Bullseye and Daredevil squaring off for the first time. Love it. Again, every time Matt got close to him, just literally beating the crap out of him. But once he gets away, he keeps him at bay pretty good. And of course, Matt ends up on the sour side of this. So, do you want to talk about Karen going and buying the drugs? That was kind of funny too, because Karen woke up looking like she got hit by a train, and then she goes to a drug house, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah, it looked like she'd been on a bender.
Yeah, makes sense now, doesn't it? Yeah, all right, here we go. And then it's like, oh, here, I'll trade you if you point the guy. Oh, lame. I'll give you this if you point the guy out to me.
And then Matt shows up anyways, and I'm like, what was the purpose?
She said that too. She's like, why did you knew where he was? Why did you need me to bring him out? And I think it was just, I just wanted to see if you were willing to help me. Maybe. I mean, near as I can figure. So, I don't know. What was the other one? It was we lost the newspaper guy too.
Her boss, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Not good. We know he's dead for sure because it looked like he got stabbed in the heart, but it was so quick.
Organs can be missed.
Or if it didn't go, as long as it didn't hit the pericardial sac, good.
I'll take
an artery. If it didn't hit the aortic artery, we're good.
I'm glad you know big $4 words.
Medical training comes in handy sometimes.
So, who else? Foggy was in there with Karen. Who else was in there? It was just the newspaper guy,
Jasper,
and
the witness.
He got plowed in the face. The back of his head ended up on the wall. We'll just say that much.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal.
So, and see, that's going to be the argument is, he got shot in the face, so they're not going to be able to identify him. I'm like, bull crap. He was in prison. They've got DNA on file. I guarantee you. They'll be able to identify him. Yeah, they got fingerprints. They'll identify him. He'll be fine. They'll identify him. They'll know who he is.
But why didn't Karen shoot?
Because deep down, Karen is a good person.
She shot Wesley. Second time's easier.
She gets one kill and then she gets a taste for it. And she keeps
And it
going.
could have saved the witness, but I'm sure Dexter would have dodged it or something. Who knows?
You better watch it. She's on the move. She's gonna
I've
float
seen
around.
that.
She's not asleep anymore. She'll be assaulting the camera here in a minute.
Yeah, I think she's heading out for something to eat.
Oh, all right then. What else happened in this episode?
I think that was it. I mean, it was action packed. It was tension building. It was just an excellent episode.
And of course, the fight. Again, I can't say enough about the fight on this one between Daredevil and Bullseye. I thought it was amazing. We get to see Fisk in his accurate white, the white suit, comic book accurate, whatever.
Yeah.
So, and Vanessa's been cleared. We hope to see her back.
Yeah, I was trying to remember if I'm sure she does before the end of this season. She pops back in.
Anyway, is that it?
I think so.
I should have watched the next episode. We could have done 2 tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I think my list is at work. I had written down what was left, and I think we'll have to double up twice in order to be done for.
Did you accommodate for Brave New World?
Yes, I did.
Or New World Order, or whatever it's called these days.
Yeah, whatever it's called. Yes.
Cool.
Yes, I took that into consideration, and it looked like we were going to have to double up twice in order to be done for the season premiere of Born Again.
Awesome. We are going to do our darndest to have Daredevil season 3 wrapped before Born Again starts. So it's going to be awesome. If we can tie up all the loose ends before the new one starts, it'll be great. And then I think that's 13 episodes.
I think something 12 or 13, something like that.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Well, that being said, do we have any honorable mentions? Shameless plugs? I'm tired. I had to drive to Arkansas drive home from Arkansas yesterday. I'm tired. Leave me alone. Shameless plugs. What do we got?
Tomorrow night on the Sith Dominion over on their channel, the Sith Dominion YouTube channel, we are discussing the final 2 episodes of Skeleton Crew. Wednesday,
caught up with the rest of everybody.
Wednesday, War of the Stars will be dropping an episode. Thursday, we are back for Cantina Happy Hour, and we are discussing Amara Jade Skywalker, the Emperor's Hand, whatever you want to call her. Friday, I will be on the Geek and I podcast YouTube channel talking Star Trek, the original series, and I already forgot what the episode is. Crap. Anyways,
the one where Kirk, Spock, and Bones beam down to a planet with a guy named Fred. And
they do beam down, and it kind of, I don't know.
And they
the little tidbit that I seen, it looked like a Western, but I don't think it ends up being that. But anyways, Saturday is the Geek Gauntlet. Talk about everything. Sunday, Cam from our Cam and Focus over on his channel. They will be talking about Willow.
Hello. Yay! I
And then
should
we'll
be
be
there
back
for that
Monday.
one, Cam. If you're watching, one of my favorite movies.
It is a good movie.
I say that about a lot of movies. It's one of my favorites. But that's one of those. That's one of the ones on my list where I watch it at least once a year.
Well, see, we're at that age group where we've seen tons and tons and tons of movies, so we have a lot of favorites. At least I do.
And not that crappy sequel series that they made. That was awful. That was a disservice to the movie.
I don't even think it's on Disney Plus.
It's not. They pulled it.
Did they?
Pulled it. Yeah, they did. They pulled it a long time ago.
Yeah. I mean, there were some of the characters I liked in that. It was just some of the stuff they did.
None of them were, even the Willow character was doing stuff where I was like, what are you doing? What have you done? You just
I didn't like was she a princess? See, it's been so long since I've seen it.
Laura Dannon.
The princess girl. I didn't like her at all.
Oh.
Not at all. And her friend.
Oh, you're talking about Sorsha and Mad Mardigan's daughter. Not a Laura Dannon, not the Empress, the future Empress. Okay. I know what you're talking about. I got you.
There's just too many characters. I was just like,
and the rock and roll soundtrack, like at the end, and it was like not rock and roll. I take that back. The pop music soundtrack at the end, and I don't, that was again a great film score. It was an awesome movie, but this you got to remove all of that and put pop music behind it. No, not for a fantasy movie. You're no, stop that. Just bad people making bad decisions.
I don't know if they were trying to appeal to the younger crowd. I don't know.
Oh.
But if the younger crowd had never seen Willow, then
yeah, why would they have been watching it to start with?
Who knows? Who knows? But it's in the past, gone from our minds.
Well, I'm sure it's going to come up on Sunday, so
be prepared.
Be prepared. Anyway, that's over on Cam on Focus. It's going to be great. I enjoy doing that show once in a while. So I missed obviously last night because I was driving home, but whatever.
Yeah, if you want to watch it, yesterday's episode was Krull.
Yes.
A 1980s.
I watched the movie hoping that I would be on, and it just didn't pan out. So
honestly, I got turned off by the trailer. So
it's a rough watch. It really is. That's one of those. I remember growing up watching that movie and thinking that's like one of the coolest things. And I don't want to say it's one of those, oh, what were we thinking movies, but there's a lot of parts in it where I was like, this really is bad. The concept is good. The story concept is solid. It's just,
is it like based on a comic or something, or no? Just okay. I didn't know if it was a comic of some sort. But yeah, I watched the trailer and I was just like,
it's on Tubi. You can watch it for free.
I had no interest. I was just like, what in the world? In the comments in the trailer, like, oh, my childhood. Yeah. This was a masterpiece. And I'm like,
I don't know about that. If it was a masterpiece or as good as a lot of people think it would be on my year. It would be on one of my yearly watch lists. Watch it at least once a year, kind of thing.
Maybe that's one they need to reboot, and do it better. See, now this is instead of Hollywood taking classic stuff,
take crappy stuff and make it better.
Yeah, take something that flopped or really sucked at the box office, and it's been
What was that?
30 years or so. So, yeah, do a reboot and see what happens.
John
Just
Carter.
do it much better.
John Carter would be a good one. Oh, but see, they tried that because they did John Carter from Mars, and they did the Lone Ranger, and both of those kind of tanked. But
yeah, but the TV series was really good.
I think you needed to do Lone Ranger with somebody other than Johnny Depp as Tonto, playing a crazy Indian when he should be playing a
Serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You needed it playing serious, not being the comic relief. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Native American, indigenous person. I said Indian. I did not mean to say that. That's very insensitive of me.
And now we're gonna get
We're gonna get canceled now.
But anywho,
American Indian, an American Indian. That term is acceptable, I believe. So, anyway, all right. Well, I think that's going to do it for us tonight. Don't forget to check us out on all the social medias. We're back on TikTok after a 12-hour hiatus. That was kind of...
It sucked. I hated going to Instagram and scrolling. I was just man.
You know what? Honestly, and because Luke would be like, "Oh, what are you going to do when TikTok's?" I'm like, "I'm not going to do anything." My wife, "What are you going to do when TikTok?" I'm like, "I'm not going to do anything." You watch those things all the time. I'm like, I watch the Facebook Reels. I watch the Facebook Reels more than I watch the TikTok, and I watch the YouTube Shorts a lot more than I watch TikTok. I do watch TikTok.
I don't watch either. I don't watch Facebook Reels. I don't watch YouTube Shorts.
I watch,
except for the Star Trek ones. Star Trek, the official Star Trek, puts up little shorts of a particular scene, and then they usually have some kind of funny caption to it or something.
So
yeah, I like my TikTok. I like my daughter and I send stupid cat videos to each other, and there's always some kind of drama.
Again, like I said, I do TikTok a little bit, but it's not as bad as other things that I do. So it's not my main vice. But guess what? On Feast of Fandoms, we are on TikTok. We are also on Instagram and Facebook, and we're not on Twitter though. But we're on most of the social media. So go over there, give us a like and subscribe and say hi, drop a line, give a like and a subscribe here on YouTube. Don't forget to hit that little bell icon so you know when we go live, you get notifications. We will see all of you next week right here on MCU Mondays. Y'all have a great week, and we'll see you then.
Shit! Language. No one else is going to deal with the fact that Cap just said language. I know. For gosh sake, watch your language.
That's not going away anytime soon.
You bet your ass.
Steve, you said a bad language word.
Did you tell everyone?
Out with the platinum bastard.
Steve doesn't like that kind of talk.
You know what, Romano?
Fury, you son of a bitch.
Ooh, you kiss your mother with that mouth?